Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you. sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, for you, for you, for you, for you, for you,
Yo, okay, it's working. Yo, what's up, Shlomi? Man, it is so red. I'm a little bit confused about something. How you doing though? Are you out there chilling? I'm I'm just a little bit confused about how I want to approach this because I don't know if I want to add to to a long position now, or wait to see if we break below the CME line to lower prices, because it's possible. Well, the thing is too though, um, it's actually very possible that we can go into the 60s, like even the low 60s, like even later this month. It's possible, and I'm just trying to decide how I want to go about this. Yeah, cause like recession fears are growing in the broad market. Um, cause they're hold on, let me do a little bit more. Hold on, let me see if there's anything. But yeah, MicroStrategy is looking to buy 21 billion. But if they, there's a lot of question marks, man. I'm kind of confused because like how long is it gonna take for them to add that? And if they do add it, they're gonna do it all at once. And will that pump Bitcoin? Because well, that's not even actually the main thing I'm confused about. It's not really that. It's um look up market news. Yeah. I don't think there's any new tariff news. It's all just now fear that it's gonna get worse. So that brings up the question too, because like I guess what I'm confused about is if we do see intensified selling in the broader market. Look at that. Like, if we do see that happen, will that cause the Federal Reserve to want to cut rates to pump the market? I mean, the thing is, for example, the S&P is only down 8.6. Yeah, it's only down 8.6%. So that could go down more, and then that could influence these risk on assets to go down more. And then the other thing I'm kind of like confused about is how likely would it be for, um, let's say if we do break below the CME at 77K, like we can easily shatter this more deeper yellow fib extension to the downside, because if we break below that gap, it's very, very possible. Actually, I don't know how possible it is, but it is very possible that we can come down into the 60s, you know? That's the only thing I'm trying to figure out, like, because like it doesn't have to happen, but that does open up the pathway to go to the 60s, where we previously had at this point we previously had a lot of like fluctuations right here that it can pull it down towards. But I just don't know like how realistic that is, or is it? Actually, hold on. I'm gonna delete this because I want to make a new one. This is invalidated. So, oops. Yeah, that erosion is a big deal. Yeah, like it does eventually go to 0. Yo, what's up, Parf? I didn't see your messages. Yeah, all right, so yeah, it eventually goes down a lot, but the question is though, that's long term. So then it's like if you have a leverage position and like a corroding ticker. Yeah, that's a good idea. I might go to the gym later just to clear my head or something. Um, but if you factor in like short-term inflows, if we were to start rallying, even if we do go down to the 60s, if there is enough of a rally, it still eventually like brings it up. Going down to 0 and stuff, that's like if you're holding on to like a leverage position as a long-term investment, then yeah, that's not a good idea. But if you plan to sell it within the same year, I think it should be all right. And that's kind of how I've been going about this ticker since last year and this year as well. But the thing is though, okay, so there's recession fears. Oh wait, actually let me look at this stuff. So like Mara's here, it can still go down a bit more. I truly think it's gonna break below the blue if Bitcoin breaks below the CME gap. Oh, at least you locked in some profits at 16, right, Shlomi? But it can easily come down at this point. Like if we break below 77k, we're retesting this gap. And then if we do go into the 60s, we're coming down into here. And then, I mean, at that point, when Bitcoin's in the 60s, like, there's no way it's going to go below the 60s, I think. Probably. Especially if MSTR does throw 21 billion in there, like, it should kind of hold hold Bitcoin up like enough. And then MSTR did go into the red. At this point, like if Bitcoin goes up, then it will just go up. But if Bitcoin does break below 77K, it's very much possible we can start. Actually, is it 77? Yeah, if it breaks below 77K, we can probably start trading again below the 200s. Yeah, into the 100s, so below 200 if that happens. And then BitU, as of right now, BitU, this is my break even. So BitU will have to go up 73% just to break even. What does the inverse look like? Oh man, look at that. Shoot. The inverse just went up like crazy. That is crazy. And today's Monday. Look at that. Dang. But at this point, right? At this point, the question is it going to go down lower? And if it does, well, there's just recession fear. So I guess I don't know, I'm trying to make sense of it. So like, okay, if there's fear of inflation, and that can make it harder for the Federal Reserve to cut rates. But if a lot of this tariff negotiations is purposely to fear out foreign companies to maybe lower prices, or if it's truly fear to cause a dip in the market, to because there's been some articles, and I mean even I think Cryptos R Us and Clear Value Tax. I think Clear Value Tax said it the best. He said he thinks it's very possible that a lot of this is just to create like an artificial, basically, recession or something to pull the market down, so that the Federal Reserve will be forced to cut rates. But then the question is, though, like, when will the Federal Reserve be forced to cut rates? Because right now, like I kind of showed you guys, like from all-time highs on the S&P, for example, it's not even down 10% yet. It can definitely go. It's 8.5%, and then a recession is declared when when it lasts more than a few months. Hold on. And then it says the market has to go down. Well, I don't know how much it has to go down, but so like, if the market goes down enough, I guess they'll be forced to cut rates or something. Wait, hold on. What was the COVID drop? Oh, look at that massive rise. Damn. Oh, I can't go back that much. Yeah, it's 8.5% down from the top. And we did start off March in the green. And then so far, I think it's in the red. If you look at the overall Bitcoin, I'm just really confused. I'm trying to think. I mean, obviously I won't know, but I'm trying to think. When is the Federal Reserve forced to cut rates? And then how could the price act in this area? And then if MicroStrategy does buy $21 billion of Bitcoin this month, because usually they yeah, I mean eventually, yeah, double digit correction for the S&P is for sure very likely. Yeah, let's see if they do buy, and if they do buy, how would that actually affect the price of Bitcoin? Like their stock should continue to fall more though because of that. Because once they issue $21 billion of shares, if they haven't already, and they sell it, like that should kind of water them down a bit more. But I'm still trying to think. Uh, this doesn't make sense. I don't know how likely this is. So let's see if there's a different article. Yeah, there's not much information, but I think they're forced to cut rates if the market falls too much. I don't know what too much is considered. Um, and then again, the likelihood of Bitcoin coming down into the 60s. Like, I don't know how likely that is either. Because also going back to like the 20 to 30% drop from Bitcoin's like bull market cycle where it does that a lot. You know, it hasn't really done 30% yet. 30% will be just at, it will be like around 76.5K USD. And I don't know how realistic it is to, I don't know how realistic it is to assume the possibility of coming down into the 60s if we break below the CME gap. Like that's just one thing. So like I don't know if I should wait to see if that happens. Because the risk is if I add more like this week at these levels, this can still happen. It can still come down lower, very much possible. Actually, I wonder what does this look like? Like, oh look, what a coincidence. So if you factor in like the previous break of structure, so like from the high when it started the break of structure, and then the biggest, like the significant swing high from there, it does show that it could come down into the 60s. But the question is, like, it's risky to buy now with the potential of this happening, but then it's also risky not to buy now, and because it you know, the possibility of it just rallying up from here and going much higher. Like it's possible it can do that, and it's possible it can do that. So that's just the thing I'm confused on. So like I don't really know what I want to do. I guess it doesn't hurt to be patient, because if it does rally up like aggressively, then that's fine. I mean, whatever. That can bring BitU back up a bit. But then if it does come down, then okay, cool. Then I waited and like I can buy more. But then also the question is though, because there's too much like uncertainty when it comes to like if like considering the like this one where it's the smaller range breakup structure, and then this one which is the more significant move. So this can act as support too. Like even if we break below 77k, it doesn't mean we have to come down here. We can still find support here. Like 10,000 more, or I might open up like a side BitU position or something like that on a separate exchange or separate brokerage. So then like if it does pump up, at least I can use that as a separate trade and lock in some profits there instead of just riding out one entire trade like the whole time. So if I do add more, I won't be adding more to like the same position. I'll be adding more, but like on a separate position for the same thing. So then that way I can at least have two of them. One at a much lower price. I can like maybe lock in profits if it goes higher, instead of just waiting like the whole time till like eventually Bitcoin makes a new high. But that's the question too, though. It's like, well, even if we break below the CME gap, which it looks like there's enough momentum to pull it down more, like we're still seeing aggressive candles, so it can definitely go lower than this swing low right here. But it can easily find support at the CME gap, maybe below it somewhere here. It doesn't have to come down here, but it's like I think it may be more likely for it to trade in here than it is for it to find support here, though. But that's just what I think, and like I can obviously be wrong. I mean, I was wrong about buying BitU during this drop, because like look at that, I'm down like over 50k. So like what do I know, right? Like that's just what I think, but I can easily be wrong. It's pretty much it's we're right at that swing low, so we're definitely gonna break below it today possibly. But then I'm also thinking, like, is it possible for like sometime this month, even if the market does fall down lower and we see prices come down lower on the market, yeah, it's possible. Like I'm thinking of buying Mara too. But the only bad thing about Mara though, or what worries me about maybe buying Mara and holding it into like Q2, would be due to these very like deep moves down in Bitcoin during Q1. This is gonna make it very possible for Mara to report a pretty underwhelming, not great Q1 earnings report in Q2. And like now that the prices are coming down a lot, eventually the sentiment will try to factor in that lower revenue for Mara. So like earnings now is a little bit of a worry. Hold on. Like I'm not saying like it's gonna be bad for it, but we obviously know they're making a bit less now due to like 90s, 80s being traded for a while. So I'm just worried about what their earnings is gonna be. I still think Mara's gonna go up a lot throughout 2024, just because like eventually this will be in the past and we'll be, back at it again, going higher. At least I still think so, because again, all this dip, all this fall is just due to fear in the market. It's not due to like no one's buying any more Bitcoin, and it's not due to Bitcoin being banned in the US or something like that. Like it's not because of any of that. So once recession fears go away, or like things go back up, or like if the Fed cut rates, like there's so many things that could happen to push the price back up. Like even tariffs kind of like going away, or like a deal coming out later this month or something like that. There's a lot of possibilities, but that Mara Q1 report that will come out in Q2 is very like it's gonna be very interesting. And then like for example, I could buy MSTR, but now like I believe is very possible for MSTR to come down lower. Hey, what's up, J-Mans? I think it's very possible for MSTR to come down lower and try to like, I don't think it doesn't have to maximize the red, but it can definitely come lower. It could. Because $21 billion of shares issued will eventually water it down, right? Yeah, J-Man's buying. Mara, I think. Yeah, I'm thinking of. So like, I don't want to buy MSTR just yet because it's definitely gonna go down lower due to 21 billions of watering down the shares, but it will still be within the accumulation zone for people that are like looking to buy for future gain, like as a long-term swing trade or something. And then Mara is doing what I said last night, which is breaking below the blue area. So it's more like, I guess what I want to do, because like I think Shlomi was asking, I think I'm just gonna buy more leveraged Bitcoin ETF. But oh, hold on. Man, if like here's the thing, I was saying this before you joined Slim Jamin, but basically, there is the possibility of Bitcoin by the end of this month trading yeah, I want to believe we're close to the bottom too. But hold on, there's some news notifications. Let's see what we got. No. Oh, nothing important. But it is possible though that if we break below the CME gap at that yellow line, we can start maxing out these, and we could find support within these. But if we do have enough momentum to push below the CME gap at 77K, what? English. Wait. So it's possible that we could come down into the 60s. I was telling Shlomi and Parf this earlier because if there's enough momentum to break below this, we could find support within this, but it's not going to be as significant as this because this area right here is where we previously seen enough fluctuations within this area that confirmed a reversal. He's my little brother. And he speaks another language probably. I don't know. Your brother's 29. This one's 29. He's 3. So 29 minus like 27. 26 I meant. But like this area is very important too because like back when we had a major like sideways consolidation kind of pushing the price down, this is where we started. So we were having lower lows and lower highs. And then this is where we started changing, where we had the last lower high, and then we had the first higher low, higher high, higher low, and so on. But this range in the 60s is where we confirm that change of like thing. So like if you factor in, like I did earlier, I showed Shlomi and Tricky this, but the whole beginning of this like new bearish break of structure due to fear started here. So what I did is that I used the fib extension tool to start from here to the major swing low to the major swing high, and it gave us this area, and it just factors this in perfectly. So like, so I don't know. I was telling them that I don't know, and I might just give it time. Maybe I'll give it time to see if I do it later this like maybe later this week or later maybe next week or something. It just depends, because if we don't find support now or like here between 77 and 80k, if we don't find support somewhere in this range, it's very likely, due to continued recession fears and due to whatever inflation reports come out this week, that can influence more recession fears and bring it down. Because also bringing this down can be influenced by the broad market going lower, because it's only down, it was 8.5 earlier, so it can definitely be down 9% now. It's getting close to 9%, and like we all know, when there's recession fears, like usually the S&P falls more than 10%. So will the S&P, for example, falling more than 10% cause enough fear on risk on assets to pull it down more? And if it does, if the S&P does fall down more than 10%, like I think it's very, very likely that risk on assets. Oh, Tesla's down 14. I mean, they're pretty like, they're like a risk on asset, aren't they? What about Nvidia? They're 5.6. Well, so you know what? Here's what I'm gonna do, because I don't know what's a better idea. So instead of adding now, or like even at or above the CME gap at 77k, because like if we find support at the end of the day, if the S&P falls down more, causes more recession fears, that's gonna obviously hit risk on assets hard. So if that happens, so like if we don't find support, if we do find support, like I was saying, if risk on assets increase lower prices due to recession fears, because that's really all it is right now. It was first tariff fears and inflation going up, and now it's like it doesn't look like they're making progress just yet, even though it hasn't been that long. Then we can see lower prices. So if we don't find support here, if we do find support, I think we're just gonna just start going up higher. But I can't think. I can't think. Jonathan, stop. I can't think. Okay, yeah. We will just find support and go up higher. Stop. I can't think. Yeah, well, I'm watching charts because I'm trying to give my opinions on it. I'm trying to get. Oh my god. This is fun though. This never happened before on stream. I'll be back. Yeah, it's like honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Like 'cause I've been trading for over 8 years. I've lost a lot. I learned a lot. I over time I started understanding how macro stuff affects short term different kind of assets. So it's like after so many years, like I don't really have much emotion towards the market anymore. Um, so like even being down over 50,000 on BitU right now, um, like it doesn't mess with me or anything like that. It does suck knowing that like I'm down 50K right now, and then like in a few weeks I have to pay like 30 something thousand in taxes from like 2024. So like it sucks being down so much and then like having to give the government like over 30,000. It like I mean that sucks. But like I'm not like this isn't ruining my mood. It's not doing any of that cuz it's like it's just it's just like I don't know. I feel like I explained it good enough. But okay. What I was trying to say earlier was I don't know if we're gonna find support around the CME gap and then finally start like maybe moving higher towards the premium section of this structure, or um if we're gonna go lower, low 70s, maybe into the 60s or whatever. So I guess what I'm gonna do, since as of right now I have no idea which one is gonna happen, like time will tell obviously. What I'm gonna do is before adding more funds to gain more Bitcoin exposure, I think what I'm gonna do, at least as of right now, is I'm just gonna wait, because if it finds support and goes up higher, cool, whatever. But if it does not find support here, and instead we start breaking down lower, then I'll start adding in the red. And maybe I won't even add in the red unless it starts getting closer towards the median section down here. Whoa, hold on. This is way too like far to the right. Yeah, something like that. So I think you know what? I think that's my approach, and I'm gonna try to make a video on this soon because actually last night's video, I said important level to watch, and we're at that level. The level is the CME gap possibly being retested because it's also within the extension for this move right here. And then we did end up validating the resistance at the retracement area. So then we started coming down lower, and I said last night, like, it'll be better if it does that. It'll create a better, aggressive setup. Unfortunately, it's doing it because of recession fears. But like, I'm gonna try to make a video explaining this because like it's very possible we can come down here. Recession fears are a big deal. But I think personally, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna add more. Unless we're in the red. And then I'll open up a side position with a leverage Bitcoin. Rather it's BitU on the side. Something like that. That way if we do start rallying, or when we start rallying, at least I'll have that side position to start like locking in profits with. And that way at least I can, have more fun trading than just adding to an existing position, lowering the average buy a little bit, and then just continue to wait. It will be more fun to continue to wait, like with a side position where I can actually see some green at least, and then yeah, exactly, show me to see some green. Yeah, and then like have fun taking a little bit of profit of that. It would just make it more fun instead of just lowering this and then waiting for it to eventually like go up higher. Like that's what I'm thinking of doing, but it won't happen if we do confirm support at the CME or above it and then start pushing up higher. Then it's not going to happen. But if we do break below this and coming down here, oh, what's up, Jackie? It's been a while. I think you're back from inland China, right? I think I saw an Instagram post of you in on a train. I think you were going back to Hong Kong, right? And I'm gonna show you guys something actually real quick. I like to see what other people are doing on their trades because it's always interesting to kind of see like what other people are up to. So earlier today, I just went to Target Hit to see what he's up to. He's a Canadian. If you guys don't know, he's a Canadian spot crypto trader, and he focuses on Bitcoin primarily, at least, right? But he does a lot of other cryptos. Actually, he changed it. He's at his desk right now. But like, I opened up his stream just like this. Oh yeah, YouTube is banned inland China, right? I think, is Google banned in inland China too? Oh, he's back. What? Earlier today he was showing the chart was a little bit differently for him. He was showing the 60s and he said like we'll see 63,000 or something like that in the next 3 weeks. So that I thought like, whoa. So this guy hold on. Jonathan, stop. Hold on, I'm gonna take care of something. It's gonna be like 2 minutes, and then I'm gonna go over that for Jackie because Jackie was in here. I'm gonna go over everything I said again. Okay, I can't do what I'm trying to do. I can't find a key, so I'm waiting to see if someone else finds the key so I can do what I need to do. Um, bullish divergence. There's a lot. There's a lot of signs for all kinds of stuff. No. No, open the door. So basically, what I was telling everyone, Jackie, earlier is I want to add more. I want to open up a side BitU position or even BitX. It just depends because I want to like have more fun buying the dip by opening a side position. That way I can at least see a little bit of green instead of being down because I'm down over 50k on BitU. So like being down over 50,000, it's like no, don't mess with the books. Kind of sucks, and like it's gonna take a second for eventually Bitcoin to go back up. So like to have fun on the side and trade. Hold on. Jonathan. Okay, you still here, Jackie? So I can explain. Oh look, we're just breaking below the finally that swing low. So what I'm trying to say, If you're still here, Jackie, because I already told Shlomi, Tricky, and J-Mens. But I want to add more, but I don't know if I want to add now or later because basically we could easily find support around that CME gap, and then we could easily just start rallying up higher. But if we don't find support in the CME gap due to increased recession fears, like there's still a lot of fear, and so far I thought tariff fears peaked, but tariff fears now transformed into the 10% S&P correction. I feel like we're gonna go more than that, to be honest, because I thought we peaked, but now it's like tariff fears were causing inflation fears, and now they all translated into recession fears. So if that recession fears continues to increase and we break below the CME and not find support, like just under the CME, then it's very, very possible that we can see a continuation of a sell-off into the low 70s and even into the 60s. And the 60 range can be all the way from like the bottom of the 60s to then like all of the 60s basically, and then low 70s. So it's very possible that this can just dip hard and come lower. So I guess what I'm gonna do to reduce risk is, instead of just buying at this previous swing low, because now it's creating like a there's just too much time, and then it's like if there's recession fears, can that get worse? And then the other question is, there's two more questions, is what is the US inflation data going to look like when they're reported throughout this week? Because I think this week is when they report a lot of it. And then the second question is, with the current dip in the market, not just Bitcoin, but in the overall market, like, is that enough for the Federal Reserve to like want to cut rates, or at least say something good? But then that's also going to depend on, because it's is it next week or the week after? Okay, so the Fed talks next week. So here's the 18th and 19th, I think. So the Federal Reserve talks next week. So then the question is, are they going to say something good or bad? Is the market down enough for them to not want to cause any fear or uncertainty? And then it's like, how, if we are going to go lower, how much lower can we go until the Fed talks again next week? So what I'm thinking of doing to reduce risk is, when it comes to like wanting to add more, is if we rally from here, cool, we rally, or from here we rally, whatever. But if we do go down lower, there's more fear, pulls down prices lower, and we actually break into this red, then that's when I plan on adding more. I think that's how I'm gonna go about it. And then I have no idea what the likelihood is. Is it more than half? Is it less than half of it coming down here? So it's like, there's just too much uncertainty. Yeah, it's pumping right now, but like even this pump is like, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we pump up to around 82k. There's imbalance right there. I think that's also a smaller structure retracement. Actually, like around 81.7k as of right now is the short-term retracement. But then we can easily come down lower, or just get rejected from this previous support, connect as resistance, and come back down. Because coincidentally, that support is also where there's some fluctuations here. And we're not seeing any hammer candles. We haven't seen hammer candles in a long time. So yeah, that's just what I'm gonna do personally. I'm going to keep documenting Bitcoin, Mara, and MSTR and all that. Like always, just keep giving my opinions on it. But when it comes to adding more to uh, BitU exposure, I'm just gonna wait and see if it comes down. Yeah, like sure, if it could rally from here, so I'll miss out on adding more before it rallies. I could miss out on that, but I feel like the opportunity of potentially coming down lower and adding in this red area, low 70s and 60s, outweighs what I could do now. And then the other thing too is like I don't want to take a short position because it's very much possible that we can rally from here as well. So I'm 50-50 on both sides. So I don't want to buy long because they could go lower, and I want to take a short position because they can easily come up. And maybe, like, I don't know if I want to or not, but I might take a short position maybe. I don't know, it depends. If we come back up into this area. But then, no, it's like, even if we come back into this area. Well, no, if it passes 81.7, it could create enough bullishness to actually maximize this blue area again. Yeah, shorting now is too dangerous, I agree. So like I'm 50-50. I have honestly, there's too many signs for it to come down, too many signs for it to go up. Actually, I don't know. I think I actually think there's more signs of it coming down than up. Because again, like recession fears now are kind of fresh, so like it can easily keep growing. But then there's also the mystery of like I'm gonna name all the elements of mystery, right? So it's like, what does inflation look like when it's reported throughout this week? How long this recession fear, like just fear in the market, will last? The other element is what's gonna happen from now to the moment that the Federal Reserve begins to talk next week. How the Federal Reserve, their tone towards all this when they do start talking. And if we do go down, how low can we really go? Because it's very possible we can like just, we've seen these red areas max out a lot, and then every time I'm convinced to draw a new red area, it tends to always max out. Like all these red areas always max out. So it's like I was convinced to make a new one. So now it's like, well, is this one gonna max out too? Yeah, I'll see you later, Shlomi. I'm gonna try to go eat breakfast as well, and then I'm probably gonna go to the gym later to just like get some energy out, kind of like just see if that helps me like clear up my head a little bit on like how I want to approach all this. And then I'm gonna try to make a video to kind of illustrate all this a little bit better, because yeah. Take care, Shlomi. I'll see you around, bro. Stay strong, man. I'm staying strong, and you stay strong too. And Jackie, quick thing before I go eat breakfast. Do you think the $21 billion of MSTR to buy more Bitcoin, do you think they're going to complete all that this month? Like this week or next week or something like that? Dang. I wish I knew that we were going to fall. Would have taken a short. I mean, who knows? we're at that level. We're at that level. The this is the moment that's gonna define if we're gonna go lower or higher. This is crazy. This is very crazy. All right. Well, I'm just gonna eat breakfast.
I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. 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 Show them. Change the station with a new shit. Show them. Change the station with a new shit. Change the station. Change the station.
Yeah, Jack. Let's see what happens. I'm still very confident we'll see all-time high because like that's just my opinion, but I do want to add more. I mean, I'm hoping we just see a rally from here because it will be nice to, see my position go up in value a bit. But if we do go down lower, it'll give me a chance to add a really good deal. So. Oh wow, 79k, nice. You're not down as much as I am, but yeah, we'll see what happens, man. It's kind of crazy out here right now in the market, so let's see what happens. If it goes up, we're good. If it goes down, I'm gonna add more. It's tough, man, but let's see what happens, man. I know it's late for you, so get some rest, man. Let's see how Bitcoin goes throughout the rest of the week. I'll catch you around. Yeah, we'll probably get something positive eventually. I mean, we'll see. But I'm gonna stay strong, even though I'm down like 50k. So we'll see what happens. Go crazy, berserker.
Till I get up, time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways. And on we'll go. sun rays, and on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays, and on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays, and on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.
Here we go.
Invincible.
Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side, my love. You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna cry, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. I don't know what you want. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side, my love. You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna cry, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose.
Over the edge, feel like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless. Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still, hanging in the balance. Not the life I want to live, I
in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, 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 won't you let the light shine through? Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, 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 for you.
Oh, hey J man, I just noticed your message. I'm not sure if you're still here, but basically I'm just I can't really give an opinion because I'm still trying to decide if the CME gap is gonna hold or not. So I want to take time to kind of like analyze a lot of the macroeconomic stuff right now to see the likelihood of this holding, because recession fears are kind of fresh. So I just need time to like excuse me, to make like a reasonable opinion on it. It's just kind of uncertain. I just need, yeah, I can't really give you a solid opinion on that because I don't really know if it's gonna go up or down from here. So I'm just kind of trying to decide. Oh, what's up, Shlomi? What you got, bro? Where? Wait, like government cyber attack? Like with different governments and countries, or like like what? What do you mean? Wait, on what though? Wait, I'm confused. What are you talking about? Let me go on X right now. Wait, I'm still kind of confused what you're talking about. Oh, there was and still is a massive cybersecurity attack. We get attacked every day, but this was done. Wait, what? I just saw his post, but I'm still kind of confused on it. Musk blames X outage on massive. Wait, so this is just on the social media or something? I'm hoping this isn't like a big like. I'm hoping this isn't some kind of big like. Oh, something bigger than what I think it is. So it looks like it's just X that's being attacked. I thought you were gonna say there was like some kind of like giant like government breach across the world or something like that. Man, 2025 is just getting hit hard, dude. I'm kind of tempted on like. That's that one group you're in, right? Wait, hold on. Let me see something. Huh. I'm looking at your Discord post as well. Like honestly, I'm kind of tempted on closing out this position with a large loss just to pick it up lower. Cause maybe I don't know yet. Hopefully this cyber attack doesn't get worse. Man, there's a lot of stuff happening right now. It's kind of crazy. Macro fear, hacks across exchanges and freaking social medias now. Yeah, I hope not, because then that just means things are gonna get a lot worse, like for a lot of people. I really don't know what to think. There's so much like terrible stuff that's fresh right now. I'm kind of Man, it's really easy to make a big mistake right now.
Take my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. Some days I feel skinnier than all the other days. Sometimes I can't tell if my body belongs to me. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. I wanna taste your content, hold your breath and feel the tension. Devils hide behind redemption. Honesty is a one-way gate to hell. I wanna take consumption, breathe faster towards oxygen. Hear the children sing aloud. It's music till the wick burns out.
I'm trying to think, but I feel like I'm not really thinking clearly. Am I just overcomplicating stuff, or are things clear right now? I mean, as of right now, the X hack and all that obviously is being addressed. So, I mean, like, I don't think I don't think it's gonna get worse, but so as of right now, I'm really just more concerned about macroeconomic stuff. Yeah, I'm actually texting Parf right now. Shlomi. We're talking about BitU's kind of like declining value over the long term. And I told him that because if the fund for BitU, wait, Jonathan, BitU has to rally. Bitcoin has to go up to keep healthy volume inside that ETF. And I'm telling him, like, if Bitcoin doesn't pump by the end of this month, if Bitcoin doesn't go up by the end of this month, or at least back into like the 90s or whatever, maybe 90s, that decreasing value due to the leveraged position, and like the thing that kind of sucks too is that like the price is kind of holding above the CME gap, so it's like it did break below the swing low a little bit, but now it's above it. It bounced perfectly off of the second fib extension at 77.5. So like, yeah, I hope we get a pump up too, because like it just sucks. And if this just happens to go down more throughout this week, like I'll probably be down like 60, 70k on it, on the position. That sucks. It just sucks. But the thing is, like, the price is just holding a little bit too stable, so it's delaying, you know, rather it's gonna go up or down. So it's kind of like, and then it's making me think like, do I want to sell, or like should I sell half and like see if it goes down lower and pick it up? But if I sell half, it's just, there's so much uncertainty. It's kind of like it's really just messing with me, and it sucks. It really sucks because like, for example, like the pro would be like, for example, I sell half the position and I lock in $26,000 loss. If the price goes down more significantly and like BitU goes down to like 25, then cool, I can pick it up and like that'll be great. The bad thing is, or like the good thing will also be just for like the price just to go up from here, not selling. But then there's two bad things is like, what if I lock in a loss for half of the position, wanting it to go down to pick it up at a lower price, but then instead the price just goes up, and at that point I only have half the exposure from the current position. And then if I buy again, I'm just getting a higher, you know, I'll be buying at a higher price, or if I just leave it, then the price will go higher. The price will go higher, and I only have half the volume that I was originally working with. And then this Wednesday, like, oh man, I don't know if I want to. Maybe it'll be. I really don't know, man. I really don't know, because like, the other thing too is like, Wednesday's so important. It's crazy. It's crazy. And now due to the ETF dissipation too, it's like, let's say Bitcoin does rally and like by the end of March or early April, let's just say Bitcoin is back at 100K. It's crazy. Yeah, you're right though. But like, let's say it goes back to 100K, is like due to the large decrease of share price and the dissipation. It's like when it reaches back up to 100K, Bitcoin would be would BTC be like for example, the last time we were at 100K was basically back here. So February 7, BitU was at 51.72. $51 to $52. So now it's like, let's say Bitcoin does go back up to 100K. Would it be at 51 to 52? Because as you can see too, like if you consider this though, Bitcoin is, even though it broke slightly below the previous swing low right here, the major one, even when it didn't even break below and it was exactly at that price, BitU instead was, wait, hold on, when was that? So last time it was there, it was at February 28th. So February 28th. Wait, is this right? I feel like I'm doing something wrong here. Oh, okay, no, yeah. So February 28th was right here. So now as it retested that major swing low, and it was right here. So now this time around, retesting that low, it's 13% lower. So even if it does rise up, well, when Bitcoin's back at 100K, the price might not be at 51, 52. It can be lower in the high 40s, probably like 45 to 50, or probably closer to 45. Dang, it's really crazy. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, I'm still thinking about that, Shlomi, because like, yeah, you know, Mara, especially Mara. Mara's a company, and they have an actual like fundamental like value that's based on their productivity and earnings and all that. Unlike Bitcoin, where it's just supply and demand. So if there's continued fear, you know, Bitcoin is just there's no base level. It's all purely on how much people are willing to buy or sell. So if, for example, like Mara, Like, let's just say this though. Like with the amount of uncertainty due to okay, so let me do this. Let me do this. Let's go on the daily chart real quick. Last year, there was a moment like Mara found the low and it started pushing up higher. Mara was trading at $7. $7. So let's just say Bitcoin. Okay, wait, hold on. How can I do this better? Let's consider the all-time high for Bitcoin and how far down it went. So if I do that, so from here to here, Bitcoin came down 29%. 29%, and this was January 20th. Yeah, exactly. So January 20th, right? Hold on, let me see. Stop. Whatever. Was this January 20th? No. See, it doesn't really make sense. I can't really correlate these because the structure is actually quite different. Maybe if I'm just patient, right? Maybe if I'm patient enough, if Bitcoin does fall, let's just say it does go to the extreme side. And like, who knows, it can fall below 60 as well. It absolutely could. But let's just say Bitcoin comes down and it does go into the 60s. Let's just say 66K or whatever as an example. So if Bitcoin does fall down there, it will be realistic to say Mara could come down, easily maximize this red, probably even break below it a little bit, right? Like, so it'll for sure be under $10, like no doubt, because if Bitcoin falls, let's just say another 15%. Yeah, that's true. There was a lot less correlation. But when I think about it, I'm not really sure how that can, because before the ETFs there was also institutions investing in Mara. Like BlackRock owns a large portion of it, I think, and stuff like that. But the thing is though, let's just say Bitcoin does fall another 15% from here. Like, would that influence Mara? Let's just say it doubles it. I mean, it will probably more than double it. That'll be $9.20 basically. So if Mara has a 40 to 50% drop, it can go around $7. But then the other question is too, though, like, besides not being sure if we are going to see that another major drop in Bitcoin, the question is, like, what would Mara's earnings look like? So let's say, okay, so since the whole year started, Q1 has been, when it first started, it was weak. It fell down into the 80s. And it pulled back up, but it was trending down here for a while. So that's a lot of time that's being factored in. And then it came back up and it started trading down. And then again, it traded down here for a long time. That sub 100K level. Wait, what do you mean times 2 at least, Mara? Like if it were to come down below 10? Or like what? the other thing too is like if it's trading discounted for a long time and we're still in Q1 and now the price is trading under 80,000 and during this time Mara is still mining and they're locking in a lot of that mining transaction. Yeah, below 10 I probably should be buying Mara below 10, especially if it goes to 7. Maybe maybe if it falls below 10. Yeah, I agree for sure under 10 if because that's only $3. Like Mara has to go down $13.30 and that can happen very very quickly. But now the question is like how is Q1 earnings going to the expectations of it, how is it going to influence Mara? Right? Because you know what, this could be a really good opportunity too. I'm not saying like honestly, I don't know how I feel about potentially shorting Mara. Like if Bitcoin, let's just say this week, maybe tomorrow something rallies up a bit and before coming down further. Maybe it could come back up to 89, maybe it can come back up to like 85, 86 before coming down lower possibly. But I mean, it already got rejected here. So it could keep falling. But the question is though, how is sentiment going to influence Mara on Q1 expectations, right? So like Tricky Parf texted me and he said Wednesday is very important. That's true. Consumer price index. Oh, and this is all happening in the morning. So we'll at least we don't have to wait till market close. But CPI year over year, CPI, whatever. Main forecast is 0.3. How realistic is that? So previously it was 0.4, right? They're expecting 0.3. Consumer price index, like 0.5, previously 0.3 this time around. Like, is that realistic? Can we be expecting a decrease in inflation? Well, I mean, it's year over year, so yes, right? Because it's definitely gonna. Well, no. Oh, dude, I'm so confused right now. So besides Wednesday being super important, and what's after Wednesday? Core PPI, initial jobless claims. That one's tough too, though, because initial jobless claims is gonna be 221,000 previously, with 220,000 this time around. So it's only 1,000 less, which means if it does come in bad, it's gonna be very easy to beat expectations. So, right? When it comes to like wanting it to go down for. Okay, yeah. So there's uncertainty. Like Wednesday's super important, Thursday's super important, obviously. Like I feel like this can be easy to beat if it is gonna come down. This, I don't know about this. I don't know about that. Because I mean, if it's 0.1%, it should be easy to beat as well. And this one's also 0.1%. Okay, hold on. So let's just assume that we get worse than expected, which is good for like Federal Reserve wanting to cut rates and stuff. So okay, let's just say this does come down to be a little bit worse than expected, which is good. S&P's down like whatever 9%. It might rally a little bit tomorrow, leaning into this stuff as a way to maybe like have a little bit of a correction. So let's just say this comes in lower. There's recession fears. The Federal Reserve is going to be in a very tough place. So then if we that should create some bullishness on the market, right? Because like if this comes in worse than expected, and then especially jobs claims though. Unfortunately, that one's Thursday, but this is gonna be a big deal too. But let's just say this is all in our favor. Well, then we can maybe see a second half of March rally, right? Like it would make sense. I mean, if it comes in not in our favor, we're screwed. Probably. Short term. That's just the question though. But then the thing is too, like, what's the trend? Can we see it going down? It was actually funny. I had a dream last night. I was like at a grocery store and I was trying to buy like a little box of orange juice and it was like $12. Is this a sign that inflation's gonna like just pump up like crazy? It was a really real dream. I was like at the store. I'm like, wait a minute. Why is this little like personal sized bottle of orange juice $12? I was like, hold on. Is this a sign? No. No, that's silly, right? Right? I'm just so confused right now. Early on. But then here's the pro. Here's the pro. If things come in bad. I was going to look up something. I forgot what it was. I was going to look up something so we can all look at. Okay. Let's just see this, right? Let's just say it comes in to be not in our favor. And then like everyone's saying, oh, it's pretty much guaranteed that the Federal Reserve may raise rates, or like it's very likely or something like that. Let's just say worst scenario, what can happen, right? Well, we can see Bitcoin fall hard. We can see stocks fall hard. We can see all that. We can see Mara probably easily go below $10, reach 7 and stuff like that. So it's like, and then at that point, like whatever, easy buy a ton of shares, and then just forget about it is what I'm probably gonna do. Like buy a ton of shares, just forget about it, and just. I mean, at that point, I will still be holding on to BitU. So at that point, just forget about it. Buy that. Let it do its thing. Let it do its thing. But like, this is not just speculation, though. So as of right now, this is what it comes down to, right? It's just waiting to see if CME gap is gonna hold. If CME gap is gonna hold, then there's no way. If it holds and it doesn't go any lower, and then obviously Mara will stay above $13. MSTR will stay above 200. If it fails, easily MSTR under $200. But if it holds and it doesn't go under, maybe we just rally from here if that does happen. And that's going to highly depend on obviously recession fears and Wednesday and Thursday with inflation and jobs reports. But if it holds, let's just say everything's in our favor, cool, it holds. BitU will also stay also won't go under 30, obviously. And then probably maybe besides going back into the 80s, we can go back into the 90s possibly. But then also there was news on like, actually hold on, I'm gonna show you guys. I'm actually gonna go to his channel and see if I can. I'm gonna go to his channel and then show you guys something. It was this guy.
So very excited to tell you this.
It was this guy. So let's just say maybe it was here. I'm not sure if it was here or not. I know Tom Lee is just saying like, oh, buy. Tom Lee is he's just saying acquiring. Like, that's a great idea.
Today's Friday, March
Because it will
7th,
for sure go up.
I just bought the S&P
But like, let me see if it was this video.
500. So in other words, I bought the S&P that Trump's threats of 25% tariffs on all Mexican and Canadian imports is a bluff and a negotiating tactic. Therefore, I took this dip as a buying opportunity, average of $3,000. And certain pickup trucks, and it's a bluff, it's a negotiating tactic. They're not going to shut down the government for a long period of time. So from my perspective, it's the same thing here with this threats of 25% tariffs on all Mexican Canadian imports. It's a negotiating tactic. Trump is not serious about imposing a 25% tariff on all Mexican and Canadian imports. All in all, when looking at the dollar value of goods, about information regarding Canada and Mexico, the tariffs on them, inflation, and you must median return is 16%. Harris would have done a better job of fiscal return. The stock market right now is close to where it was when the Federal Reserve pivoted. After 1 year from the pivots, the median return is 16%. After 3 years, I say bring it up.
And those decisions because of the market reaction?
On Canada would devastate the US economy and the stock markets, right? Long story short, capitalism, which I dedicated a video.
Yeah, is this right here the thing I was trying to... This is the video, yeah. He says there is speculation that Trump is intentionally trying to crash the market so that the wealthy can buy up the market and assets on the cheap. It's called disaster capitalism. So that's speculation, and like it could be true. Obviously, like we don't know. So how does that really... How... The 4-hour chart looks like it... Yeah, I think I'm just gonna wait Wednesday and Thursday and see what information comes out and see how the price reacts up to then and up to uh what the price does up to that point, and then how that news looks like. But I mean, by the time the news comes out, I'm gonna be too late. And like, let's just say the price dumps. At that point, it's like, well, but we don't know. It could go up. So yeah, it's just a lot of uncertainty. I really need to just maybe not think about it too much, because as of right now, the CME gap is basically holding. Even though we're below this, it's holding still. The 4-hour chart kind of looks a little rough. It's just better to wait, because I mean, if we get deep value, if it just hits, if it just crashes, then at that point, well, like I'll be down a lot more on BitU. A lot of other people will be down on their positions too. But then, I mean, we can see what's up, and then, well, if it's great, cool, it pumps up, and maybe we can start working our way higher or something. But then when we zoom out too, it's like, can we get a better understanding of what the price looks like? I don't know, man. What do you think, Shlomi? Because like, last time we broke below the 120 moving average on the daily chart, it came down significantly before having somewhat of a nice recovery. If we have a similar recovery to this, we can easily see it back at 100K. But from the moment it broke below it, it fell like 19%. Yeah, at some point we'll all be out. At some point. So right now it has dipped as much, basically, just about as much as this dip right here. And during this time, what was going on? It was inflation fear. Yeah, it was inflation. Oh no, interest rate. Yeah, inflation and interest rates were going up, I think, during this time. And then like if you look at the bigger picture, it's like, well, it's a pretty aggressive dip. There is imbalance down here on the daily chart, 71.8. And then another one down here, 64. If it comes down halfway there, that's 13% more down. Yeah, I mean, we're either going to go down or up. If we go up, great. If we go down, at least maybe we're not adding more too early. And if we miss out on this really good dip right here and it just pumps up like crazy, well, at least we didn't risk more than we should. Because right now, technically, I'm breaking all the rules on every trading book. Every like trading rules out there, I'm pretty much, I broke all of them basically. But let me see this too. From the peak here to the bottom, 33%. 33% from the peak to the bottom. 29%. If we have a similar dip, they'll be low 70s, 72, 73. Yeah, it's just, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and assume, and this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do, for sure. The market's about to close, the U.S. market at least. Yeah, so like if the same thing repeats from last time, yeah, we can easily use the bottom of this yellow, like all the way down to here, like the pretty much the premium section of this red as a strong support. If it repeats, it doesn't have to repeat. But here's what I'm gonna do, just because I have no idea. And Wednesday and Thursday is gonna be a crazy day because of inflation and jobs reports, and then also it's just recession fear right now. We're not actually in a recession, I think. It's just fear, and we'll see how that evolves and how tariffs evolve. But the thing is, what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna try to just be patient. It's gonna be tough being patient tomorrow if the price goes down, though. But or even if the price goes up, it's gonna be tough because like, oh, what if Wednesday and Thursday is bad and we see it come down? It's so either way, tomorrow is gonna be a really tough day, regardless of what the price does. But what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna try to wait. I'm gonna be strong. I'm gonna try to wait because worst scenario, we all go work at McDonald's, right? But yeah, no, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wait. Yeah. I'm gonna wait. You know what? I'm probably gonna go eat and go to the gym or something. I'm probably gonna end the stream a little early. Maybe have a beer later. Try to think. But I'm gonna try to be patient because I'm gonna let the price do whatever it's gonna do. Whatever news comes out, whatever happens, whatever happens. Because we still don't have a break of the CME gap. But I feel like we're definitely gonna know what's up by this Friday. Let me look up inflation chart. Is this right? I don't know. I don't know if this is right. What am I looking at? Oh, here we go. Well, obviously prices were down like crazy, right? Well, no. All right, whatever. Let's see what's up. I'm going to. Hey, actually, Shlomi, I'm gonna text you later. On. Wait, I don't know if you have Instagram, Shlomi, but if you have Instagram, message me on there or something, or send me a private message on Discord. Because Tricky Parf and we're gonna try to get Jackie in there too. But we want to do a before I end the stream, Shlomi. We want to do this group chat interview, and I'll record it, and I'm gonna post it on YouTube. Basically, we want to talk about trading crypto, Bitcoin, especially during this time of fear. And Parf, he's down. I still have to ask Jackie. Yeah, message me so I can make sure it's you. We're gonna try to get Jackie in there. I think it will be fun. We're gonna do, and maybe you'll also create a lot of confidence, like keep everyone strong kind of thing. But we want to talk about trading and Bitcoin and trading Bitcoin and Bitcoin alternatives and stuff like that during this time of fear, and how we're all kind of like, yeah, message me. I'm gonna go eat or something, and then maybe like go waste some energy at the gym or something. I think it'll be really cool. I think we'll all. You don't have to share a screen too, or a camera or anything. As long as we got your voice, that's all that matters. But I think it'll be a good idea. Yeah. Let's see what's up. Let's see what Bitcoin does the rest of the evening. Let's see how the rest of this week goes. Yeah, I'll catch you soon, bro. I know it's late for you as well. It's super late, probably. Get some rest, man, and let's see what's up.